Hello, welcome dignitaries, DPD family and friends, CAP award recipients, community members, and guests. My name is Christy Makaruk, and I am the co-president of the Citizens Appreciate Police Board, along with my co-president, Rob Collins. I'm also the Community Engagement Program Manager here at District 3 and also at District 2. Before we begin, we would like to recognize our dignitaries who are in attendance today. Could I please ask that you hold your applause until all the dignitaries have been announced? Denver Police Chief Ron Thomas, Deputy Police Chief Aaron Sanchez, District 3 Commander Joel Bell, District 4 Commander Brad Qualley, District 5 Commander Marion Penn, Airport Commander Chuck Clark, or Mark Chuck, I'm sorry. And then Special Investigations Commander Jiminez. So thank you all for being here today. If I missed anyone, I apologize, but thank you all for being here today. We appreciate your presence. We also welcome the many members of our Denver police family and officers, sergeants, and lieutenants that are here today as well. We want to give a special thank you out to our PIOs, Doug, Sean, and Brian, for all their support. We couldn't do this without them. And could I please ask the CAP board members to stand briefly and introduce yourselves?
Good morning, Keith Sisley, Denver DA's office.
Good morning, Mary Gallego-Sisney, former NCIC agent with the Denver Police Department, retired.
Mario Jiminez, Denver volunteer.
I'm Elise Lucero, I'm the Special Operations Division at headquarters.
Ron Collins, volunteer.
Linda DeFoya, Vips volunteer.
Good morning, I think everyone, I'm Aaron Sanchez, I'm the new guy on the team.
All right.
Melissa Fox, I'm a Chief Deputy DA with the Denver DA's office.
All right. All right. And before we begin, Chief Thomas, would you like to come up and say a few words?
Thank you, Christy. Did anybody notice how she really emphasized the word retired when she introduced herself? Thank you for continuing to be part of our team. Thank you all for coming. I really, this is, as I've said before, one of my favorite events because we get to acknowledge those people that I think do things without the intent to be recognized. And so I certainly appreciate all that they do. And it occurs to me that we recognize someone who goes above and beyond every year at our national or our annual award ceremony. And it's always a tough decision to identify that person who we give that particular award to because, we award people, in this setting all the time for doing things that are above and beyond. So appreciative of our officers that have the heart to go above and beyond all of the time. And so thank you to the CAP board for recognizing them on a regular basis. So thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Citizens Appreciate Police, also known as CAP, honors officers of the Denver Police Department who provide service to our community above and beyond the call of duty. Formed in 1978 by Mayor Bill McNichols and District Attorney Dale Tooley, CAP is a nonprofit organization whose intention is to bring awareness of the compassion and professionalism displayed every day by Denver police officers as they respond to the needs of the community members they serve. The mission of the CAP board is to seek out and publicly acknowledge Denver police officers who've gone above and beyond the call of duty in their service to the community. The CAP award consists of an inscribed plaque and a CAP pin. This pin is the only civilian awarded pin allowed to be worn on a Denver police officer's uniform. Presentations of these awards take place up to 4 times a year. To date, more than 550 members of the Denver Police Department have received a CAP award. And we'll go ahead and have our first presentation. Mario, do you want to come up?
Sure. Good morning. Thanks, everyone, for being here. On April 3rd, Denver police officers Brian Schumacher and Officer Parker Anderson responded to a report of an assault on an 82-year-old elder. The complaint was that the victim's family member who lives with her and who she supports assaulted her. She asked a family member to go to the store, at which time provided her EBT card, which had approximately $15 on it. The family member instead bought alcohol and did not buy food with the victim's remaining $15. When the victim asked the family member why she didn't buy food, she was assaulted multiple times. When Officers Schoonmaker and Anderson arrived on scene, they could clearly see this elderly woman was in a bad state. She had been kicked in the stomach, causing her to fall and hit her head. When she made an attempt to get back up, she was pushed back down to the floor, causing her to hit her head again. The victim shared that she had been eating peanut butter for the last 3 days due to not having any food in the apartment and had no money to buy any food. Officer Schoonmaker looked around and saw that it was a dire situation. Officer Schoonmaker checked her refrigerator, freezer, and pantry and discovered that the fridge was completely empty and her pantry contained only a single small jar of peanut butter. Officer Schoonmaker then asked the victim what she normally eats, and she listed several items. While Officer Anderson was speaking with the victim, making her feel comfortable and spending the time to listen to what she had to say, Officer Schoonmaker went to a nearby store, purchased with his personal funds all the items the victim said she would eat. When Officer Schoonmaker returned with the groceries, Officer Anderson split the cost of the groceries without hesitation. Officer Anderson also helped put the groceries away and then got her something to eat from the items they had purchased. Officer Anderson made sure she ate and continued to keep her company and make her feel comfortable and taken care of. Meanwhile, Officer Schoonmaker went one step further since the victim shared she no longer could house a family member. Officer Schoonmaker decided to take action. He contacted the leasing office and asked them to change the lock so the victim would be safe from any further abuse. Officer Schoonmaker exited the apartment to prop the door open for EMS when he encountered a subject in the hallway who matched the suspect description. When Officer Schoonmaker asked the person for their name, it matched. Upon further questioning, they admitted to the assault and were immediately arrested. EMS personnel evaluated the victim for the injuries, but the victim refused to be transported to the hospital at the time. STAR was also contacted by the efforts of Officer Schoonmaker and Anderson. STAR also responded to the victim's apartment approximately 30 minutes after the officer's departure to connect her with further resources. So to recap, Officers Schoonmaker and Anderson made the victim feel comfortable while conducting their investigation and conversing with her, bought her enough groceries to last a while, made her a meal to care for her hunger, contact management to get the locks changed for her, continued safety and security, and get her treated by EMS and further resources via STAR. Officers, your caring and compassionate actions are truly notable. Not only did you arrest the suspect, but you both also went way above and beyond your call of duty. Each of you tended to this elderly woman like you would your own family member. You took care of her, fed her, listened to her, and protected her. I know you were wondering how this incident came to light. It's because the victim, in her follow-up call, specifically appreciated the actions each of you took on that most traumatic day for her. You took care of her, and she wanted to make sure your actions were recognized. Officer Schoonmaker and Officer Anderson, each of you most certainly deserves a CAP award, and I'm honored to present to you with this CAP award and pin. Thank you again, and Lieutenant Wheaton, if you would like to come up.
Good morning. Is this the? Yeah. Good morning. I should be standing on the other side of this, but what a pleasure it is to celebrate Parker and Brian. This is actually not an unusual behavior for them. I love having them on my detail. I'm proud of you. Thank you for your work and dedication and going the extra mile. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Officer Schumacher and Anderson, if you could come up here, please, that would be amazing. Just thank you, sir. Thank you.
Congratulations, officers. Melissa, would you like to come up?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Is Lieutenant Kevin Curtis here? There you are. How would you feel about joining me up here?
Of course.
And Officer Stevenson? There are 2 officers today who are being awarded. Officer Ortega was ill and unable to join us, but I wanted to point that out. The DPD mission statement states that your organization prevents crime and increases public trust while honoring the responsibilities granted to us by those we serve with continued focus on partnerships, learning, and innovation. I'm going to talk numbers for a second, which is not that risky a move for me since it will not involve doing math. But according to the nice lady on ChatGPT, the Denver Police Department handles a significant portion of calls. GPT reported 622,000 calls for service annually. And that's not just 911 dispatch, that's police specific. That averages out to approximately 1,004 calls per service per day. So when we read the mission statement in conjunction with the amount of calls that Denver police officers respond to, it's truly amazing and should be recognized when they go above and beyond. When you drive to work in the morning, there are certain things that you can probably expect. You can probably expect, because of your job and what you do, that you'll have a certain number of negative contacts with people. And that's just inherent in what you do. What you don't necessarily expect is the number of people that you contact and that you help, and those positive interactions that you have. And that's why we're here today. On February 26th of this year, Officer Joel Stevenson and Officer Patrick Ortega fulfilled both parts of your mission statement. They prevented crime and they increased public trust. They helped a member of one of Denver's most vulnerable populations the elderly. Here's what District 2 Sergeant Cameron had to say when he submitted his letter in support of an award of these two outstanding officers. I'm honored to submit this recommendation for Officers Joel Stevenson and Recruit Officer Patrick Ortega in recognition of their exceptional dedication to service and compassionate response during a recent call for assistance. Officers Stevenson and Ortega responded to a reported theft. Upon arrival, they contacted the reporting party, who explained she'd ordered food through DoorDash, but the delivery was mistakenly made to her neighbor's address. When she approached the neighbor, they denied receiving the order. Further shared that she had used the last of her funds to purchase this meal, prioritizing food for her son, a recent victim of a shooting who had just been released from the hospital to her care. Recognizing the hardship she and her son were facing, Officers Stevenson and Ortega went beyond their expected duties, demonstrating exceptional empathy and a deep commitment to serving the community. They personally replaced the meal by retrieving a new order from McDonald's and delivering it to the house. Their heartfelt act did not go unnoticed. A citizen who learned of the officer's kindness offered to reimburse them for the money spent. However, Officers Stevenson and Ortega respectfully declined, stating that their actions were not motivated by recognition, but rather by their dedication to assisting the public. Touched by their humility and generosity, the citizen instead purchased a gift card for the family, ensuring they had additional support in their time of need. Officer Stevenson personally returned to residents to deliver the gift card, further exemplifying his commitment to service. This remarkable display of selfishness or selflessness and genuine care highlights the true spirit of law enforcement. Officers Stevenson and Ortega's initiative, compassion, and unwavering dedication to the citizens they serve, I'm requesting that they be considered for an award as the committee may see fit. Their actions reflect the highest standards of professionalism and community service, making them more than deserving of this recognition. Sergeant Cameron, out of District 2. Officer Stevenson, that day you made a forever friend in a woman who was in a time of need and caring for somebody who had just been released from the hospital. One can only imagine how scared she was and how probably inept she must have felt while trying to get food for her son. She was probably tired and extremely stressed out. But the best part of what you did that day is that it was contagious. Somebody else was watching, a citizen, and they noticed. And that prompted them to dedicate more money so that this woman and her son could eat. And I think that is the most incredible part, because that day probably told her friends what Officer Stevenson did. And those friends probably told more friends. The victim who was shot. Everybody involved in this interaction knows that the Denver Police Department goes above and beyond because of your actions that day. So I want to thank you. So back to that mission statement. You fulfilled both parts of it that day. You prevented crime, the theft of the food, and you increased public trust for not just one person, but for many. And the CAP board agrees with your sergeant. You deserve this pin, a symbol that the people in Denver recognize your outstanding service. We also have an overachiever here in Officer Stevenson. Because on June 13th, so a month and a half ago, sorry, I have to call you out on these things. Officer Stevenson gave his lunch to a 35-year-old experiencing homelessness who hadn't eaten in days. And this act of compassion was highlighted on DPD's Facebook page. The man was stopped during a routine patrol, and Officer Stevenson learned of his situation. Without hesitation, you shared your own personal lunch you brought to eat for your patrol shift, which leaves me wondering what you ate, but it's a topic for, I guess, a different conversation. So, thank you for a job well done. The citizens of Denver appreciate you. And do you want to say a couple words?
Yeah, if I could, please.
Yeah.
Obviously, Melissa summed it up very well, and it's hard to follow some of the remarks that she had, especially tying with the mission statement. But Joel, you really do go above and beyond. One thing that's very unique with this actual situation, the first one that she talked about, not the second one, you were actually training Officer Ortega, so he was in the field training program at this point. And this exactly is, I mean, a great example of why we have you in the position that you do, training and mentoring the new officers as they're coming into the department, because this is the example and the epitome of what we want to see in the future of the Denver Police Department. So thank you to both you and Patrick for what you did, not only that first instance, but then paying it forward on the second instance. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Oh.
Here, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
All right, before you sit down, Officer Stevenson, can I have you come back up here? And can I, sorry. And also, can I have Officer Schoonmaker and Officer Anderson, please, back up here? This is how we corner you so we can get a picture before all the congratulatory conversations begin. All right. We congratulate our 4 award recipients today. We sincerely appreciate your above and beyond service to our community. We hope, as we honored you today, we also indirectly honored all the numerous untold stories of our Denver police officers who serve our community above and beyond the call of duty daily. Our CAP board sends our sincere appreciation to all the men and women of the Denver Police Department. We give our heartfelt acknowledgments to all of our dedicated police officers. As you go about your day-to-day duties, we want you to know we recognize the risks you face daily, the sacrifice you stand ready for, and your unwavering commitment to serve and protect all those who call upon you. Simply said, we see you, we appreciate you, and we need you. As we conclude, the CAP board would like to extend our gratitude to all our dignitaries and guests for attending today's ceremony. This concludes today's ceremony.
Actually, before
Oh,
we conclude, I'd just like to say one thing. Being the new guy on the board, really, we thank you all, the board, for everything that you guys do. So I had an opportunity to sit in for the first board meeting a couple months ago, and seeing and just feeling the emotions and how much you all care about each one of these awards. How not everybody gets them. We turn some folks down and stuff, but really, we see you, we hear you, and we thank you all for everything that you guys do as well. Thank you.